and welcome to this month's edition of the Arnette Report. This is a video business magazine that's designed to illustrate best practice examples of how local merchants and organizations are going about doing their marketing and advertising. This is a great show tonight, and I'm especially proud of our first guest. Maris Angolia is the president of Karen's Florist in Vienna, well known in this area for some times. And Maris, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, there's going to be a few folks, because of the turnover rate of people moving in and out of the area, that may not know about Karen's Florist, but you have a rich history. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. It was started by my father and grandfather back in 1956, so we are actually celebrating our 60th anniversary this year.
Wow.
And it was named after my older sister. So that's where the Karen comes from.
Remarkable. So now, other than when people's conceptions about florists, you know, about you go there, but you guys have an internet presence and you deliver. There's all sorts of different things that are going on. Tell us a little bit about the operation.
So we obviously have a website, and very excited we're going to launch a new website in the next few months, so stay tuned for that. But we also have a beautiful store location right in Vienna, so we welcome you to come in and visit our store and see all of our beautiful products. Obviously phone sales, but we can deliver anything in the entire metropolitan area from our store or anything in the world. So we can take care of anything that your needs are, from florals, gifts, weddings and events, gourmet baskets, anywhere in the country.
Gosh, it seems like I'm running into folks all the time that know exactly where Karen's Florist is at, and I don't know whether it's the parades and things, but you get a lot of visibility there.
We do, we do.
I found it interesting that one of the things that I wanted to find out more about is your involvement with the Olympics.
Not really our involvement with the Olympics, but you know, the Olympics are started and we wanted to celebrate our Team USA. We have a few products that we have launched because of that. I have a few of them here with me. We have our Team USA Mickey Mouse. So we do have a full Disney line that we have launched. So if your kids like Elsa and Anna or Buzz Lightyear or whoever it is, we have these great containers and flowers inside of them. And we also are doing some Disney pin trading. So those people who have been to the Disney parks, they know about this Disney pin trading. So come on in and get a free pin.
I understand that's kind of a hot item with the pins now. There's some trading going on?
There's some trading going on. So we do, if you mention it and you come in and say, I'd like to see that pin, we'll be happy to give you one pin, get you started. We also are selling some mystery pins, but really we just want to have some fun and trade. And a lot of people have been to the parks and are looking for certain pins and want to collect sets and things like that. So even come in and take a look at our pin trading book.
So now in regards to the Olympics, what brought it forward is Brito, the pop artist from Brazil, is involved with the Olympics as a sponsor, or
he's an ambassador.
Ambassador.
So he's one of the ambassadors, and this arrangement that I have over here, you'll see it's very colorful. Romero Brito does very bright colored, happy, we always call them happy arrangements, but so many beautiful containers. So what we've done is we've taken his containers, and he does beautiful artwork as well, taken his containers and we put flower arrangements in them. And it's just a fun gift after the arrangement, you know, is a beautiful memory. You still have a nice container, whether it's a cookie jar or a toothbrush holder or whatever it is. We found a way, our designers, amazing designers, have found a way to put fresh flowers in them.
And a little piece of the Olympics.
And a little piece of the Olympics.
It's kind of interesting on that. Now, a lot of folks don't realize that you've got some special knickknacks for dog lovers, do you not?
We do. We have a whole dog lovers and cat lovers, a pet lovers line. We make arrangements that look like dogs and cats, but I know, out of flowers, they're quite cute. But we also have coffee mugs, different items that we can put flower arrangements in. And from now till the end of the year, 10% of the proceeds of those are going to the Friends of the Fairfax County Animal Shelter from each of those products. So yeah.
That's kind of a built-in donation.
Built-in donation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when I think about the involvement of different organizations within the community, you're pretty well known from a wide variety of volunteer work that you've done in there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we love getting involved in the community. That was always my dad's mission, you know, get involved in your community, and they've always been very good to us and very welcoming. So We've had a Karen's Gives Back program, so each month we have had a different organization selected and given a portion of proceeds for a particular arrangement back to that organization. And with the 60th anniversary, we have a lot of exciting things going on. With the 60th anniversary, we're going to be launching a new Karen's Gives Back in the next couple of months. So stay tuned for details about that. We're pretty excited about that.
Wow. Now, I remember that Karen's Florist on more than one occasion has been a staging area during the October Halloween parade, which is a big deal in Vienna.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, my goodness, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's on the horizon for that.
Oh, we've got something big for this one. So October 26th is the Halloween parade in Vienna, with a rain date or bad weather date to the 27th. But I'll just tell you, Shenandoah Carriage and Karen's have partnered for a pretty amazing float. So without giving it away, maybe check out their site, check out different things on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you'll get to see a little bit of what the magic is. And if you actually can figure out what of their vehicles that we're going to do and put it on our Facebook site, we might even have a little prize for you.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the event.
So we're running the website on the crawler there, so people will be able to find out where to check in with you on that.
All right, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, so all of them.
Amazing. So when I think about the charitable institutions and things like that, you've been involved with some of those too. That's part of your give back, right?
Absolutely. So, Jill's House is a great organization, Inova, Wolf Trap. I mean, there's different people that in our area, Wish You Well Foundation, Let's Give Back. I mean, there are so many, Bite Me Cancer. I can't even name all the ones that have been recipients of our Karen's Gives Back over the past few years. And these are just amazing local organizations that, we'd love for people to check out. And we felt so good that we could work with them and give back to them.
So, when I was a kid, I remember going into D.C. to see some of the windows in the stores, and it was always amazing to me about making those changes once a year. But your windows change almost every 4 to 6 weeks or something like that?
A little bit less, about 4 or 5 times a year.
Okay.
Right now we've got a really fun summer window, and they're in the midst of planning the fall. And then, of course, at holiday time, we have an amazing holiday decor. It's like a winter wonderland. So the windows totally transform, the inside of the store totally transforms. So I'd say probably from about the second week of November, definitely stop by and see us then, anytime from then through Christmas time.
Well, one of the things I like is that you're not just flowers. You've got a wide assortment of some wines and chocolates and gift baskets, and it's kind of like a little mall inside of your shop. You can pick up gifts. What are some of the ones that you like the most?
Well, I love chocolate, so chocolate's always good. But the gourmet baskets, we're able to do all sorts of wonderful foods into our gourmet baskets. We have unique vases and containers, so it's not just your, we have beautiful floral arrangements, but then we can put in a very unique, very personalized container or vase for our customers. Make it just that much more special.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. We appreciate you stopping by and bringing us up to speed on what's happening with Karen's Florist. And if you haven't been by there, you've got to go by and take a look at the place. And it's just absolutely amazing. And their staff is just outstanding for fresh ideas. And they're going to help you no matter whether you call or you come in person. But go there in person at least once. Thanks for stopping by. And welcome back to the Arnette Report, and I'm thrilled that I was able to get Simon Turner, partner and CEO of SPT and True organization. Simon, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
When you and I talked last time, we were talking about the environment. What's going on in the marketing changes in the world of marketing right now?
Well, the big changes, not surprisingly, is that there's a huge transition from traditional marketing to digital marketing. Well, it'll come as no surprise to any of your viewers, I'm sure. But the fundamental reason is because there's a change in buyer behavior. So if you think about the amount of information that's available on the internet, I mean, you can go and figure out what your problem is. You can ask any question you want nowadays. You can figure out what your problem is. You can go check out what products and services are going to be available to solve that problem. And you can even figure out which vendors you want to work with. So here's the twist, is that most people have actually made the decision about what they're going to buy and who they're going to work with way before most of the companies that are selling those products even know that they're interested. So that's the major shift.
Interesting. So does that mean that traditional marketing's dead?
Good question. So the digital purist will probably try and convince you that that is the case, but you know, personally, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, we have customers who are doing quite nicely at bringing in leads from trade shows, from direct mail campaigns, and those kind of things. I think what you have to conclude is, while you're doing those traditional marketing things, you absolutely cannot ignore digital. There's no way you can ignore it. But the trick is that you need to acknowledge that there's not really a silver bullet in marketing. It's all about building a strategy. It's how do you get the offline working with the online, because the ultimate goal, of course, is to take all of this information, generate a lead that's highly qualified, present it to the sales team as a sales qualified lead, and put it through the sales process. So no, it's not dead, but it does absolutely need to be integrated with digital marketing.
You know, being in radio, one of the things that I notice is that a lot of people think, oh, well, I've got a website. Well, the fact that they have a website doesn't mean that it's optimized or that it makes any sense. What have you seen as a coach?
Yeah, so you know, when I think about digital marketing programs, I think of them in four very distinct tiers. So let's start from the baseline. So yeah, having a website is a baseline, right? It gives you an opportunity to be online. It allows people to understand that you exist. You can educate them about your products. So that's kind of the base level.
Yeah.
The next level up, let's call it digital marketing in its broadest terms. So now you start to add in search engine optimization, you add in pay-per-click advertising, you can even do clever things like you can set up tracking phone numbers, and you record the call so you can know that a lead is coming in. You can actually listen to the recording on the phone number. And all of those things are about attracting people to your website, and then smart web designers are actually finding ways to engage and convert people into leads. So they fill out a form or they call you, and that, of course, generates the lead. So that's level 2, right? Digital marketing, level 2. Level 3, that's content marketing. Content marketing is an acknowledgement of the process that I guess I described earlier, that people can go online and search for the answer to their questions, and they move down this pipeline where they say, I've got an answer to this question, I've compared the products, I've chosen my vendor. So content marketing is really all about providing information to answer those specific questions. Right, you've really thought it through, right? We know that these guys are going to have these questions commonly, so we're going to answer those questions for them. And then overlay that with an inbound strategy. So now you've got a quite deliberate focus of not only helping people in the early stages of their investigation, but progressively moving them down the pipeline, right? Level 3. And then level 4, this is really the high end of digital marketing. It's marketing automation. So marketing automation is taking that concept of inbound marketing and using software to automate the entire interaction with the client. So every interaction that takes place is visible through this software. You can have a build-up of email campaigns to nurture people through what's called a workflow. And any interaction on social media is visible. So what happens is you get to the point where your knowledge about how people are behaving is increasing and increasing and increasing. And when you finally put that lead into the sales pipeline, it's a really good quality lead. The conversion rates are much higher, the cost to convert is much lower, and so the initial investment in the marketing automation is paid off in dividends as it works its way down the sales pipeline. There's obviously a cost associated with that, right? So it tends to be much larger companies that do buy into the marketing automation programs. But the concept of inbound marketing can be applied to small, medium-sized companies equally well. It's just done manually.
Now, in regards to digital marketing, how has the marketing industry reacted to this?
Well, the 4 different levels that I just outlined have really been the way that the industry has responded. And what they've done is they've put tools into the hands of marketing companies, and they've also put tools into the hands of vendors who are offering these programs. Mm-hmm. It's also a challenge because there are lots of different marketing vendors out there, and some of them are extremely good. But the challenge is that marketing looks a lot like all of these different individual vendors, and it could be a website, it could be design, it could be promotional products, it could be radio.
So how does the business go about coordinating all that?
That's a good question, and essentially looking at each of those individual pieces and not coordinating them is a tremendous challenge. And so really we would recommend that companies, when they look for a marketing company, for example, they look at 4 very specific things. Number 1 is look for someone who's actually going to build a strategy for you, right? And don't get drawn in by the hype either. You know, make sure it's a strategy that makes sense to you. The second piece is that look for someone who is going to provide you with management support. As you go and execute these programs, make sure that they're actually going to work with you so that you can see how this works. And thirdly, you need to make sure that they are measuring what they are going to do. Because if they're not willing to measure it, they're not willing to stand behind it. And the final and fourth part, of course, is that they need to be willing to adjust if things aren't going the way that they're supposed to.
What's one thing that you would like to share with our viewers that they probably haven't really thought about when it comes to their marketing?
I would reiterate the point about strategy. You know, if you don't have a plan and you don't coordinate across all these different platforms, you're fundamentally planning to fail. And
execution,
really,
I would imagine, is very important.
Well, execution is critical. I mean, it has to follow the plan, but you have to execute and you have to do it rigorously.
I have an offer for you, and what I'd like for you to do is to consider coming back on the show again and bringing one of your clients and give us a little peek into how that whole thing works from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
And we'll do
Thanks
that
for the
soon.
offer.
Thanks for stopping by and letting us catch up on what's going on in the marketing place. That's certainly what the show's about. And we look forward to seeing you in another, with a guest at some point.
Appreciate it.
And we got one more guest coming in tonight. And gosh, Chris is a yoga, all sorts of exercise physiology, Tai Chi, a bunch of that stuff. So she's going to help sort it out because I know nothing about that, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to our final segment. I've got Chris from True.
True, it is. It's SPT and True. I am Simon's. That's True. I'm Simon's partner. I'm the True in SPT and True. So yes, but I also have a Tai Chi program that I call Just Breathe.
Just breathe. Interesting. We'll have to talk about that.
Okay.
Well, the first thing you got to explain to me is I know nothing about this stuff. What is Tai Chi?
Tai Chi, interestingly, is a Chinese ancient art. It originally started as a martial art, but it's taught as a martial art, and it is also taught to be highly beneficial to improve health and wellness and keep you balanced.
Interesting. So, how did you find out about it? How did you end up getting into Tai Chi?
I was lucky enough to discover just a fantastic class. It's still when yoga was getting just popular and nobody had really even heard of Tai Chi. I had been studying yoga for 10 years, and I got to the point where I was kind of looking for something that helped what they call monkey mind, which is the endless chatter of what's going on outside your head. And so I discovered a Tai Chi class, and after the first class I took, I just instantaneously connected with it and knew this is what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of different things like this on the market. What makes Tai Chi different?
The interesting thing about Tai Chi is all of the different levels inside the body that it does affect, unlike other physical activities. They have done some fairly impressive studies to discover that Tai Chi is very unique in the fact that it will help as we age to reduce the risk of falls, which is huge.
I'm an older guy, all right, I admit it. So tell me about if somebody has physical limitations already. I mean, can they still do some of this?
Absolutely. I actually it seems like through my teaching I've sort of become a specialist in the older adults, active older adults, and people with limitations, because you should be able to modify it and always pay attention to anything that hurts or feels uncomfortable. One of the advantages of Tai Chi is it's a very slow motion, low impact activity, so it gives you a lot of time to kind of check in with yourself and stop doing something before you overcommit to it hurting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been teaching?
I have been teaching for I've been actually studying for about 17 years, and I've been teaching for about 12. So it's...
Well, I know that for a lot of people, when they find something they want to start doing, they go and look for someone to teach them, and so what should people look out for when they're seeking out, an instructor?
Absolutely. There are some fantastic instructors in this area, and I'm always happy to help people find an instructor that is convenient for them. I think you need to resonate with your instructor. A lot of us teach from a little bit of a different aspect. I tend to be a little more lighthearted, a little more humorous. We have fun in my class. Other people go, that's not Tai Chi, and they're looking for something a lot more rigorous and serious. I don't teach necessarily the martial. So find out what and how they're teaching, and then ask them if you can drop in on a class. Just to kind of see if you connect with the class and the instructor. The number one thing you want to look out for is that the instructor, first and foremost, has safety as paramount, because we don't want to injure ourselves. It's absolutely what we're trying to avoid.
Give us a story. Tell us about a situation where interaction with a student and how that came out.
Actually, probably the most impressive success story I have had is, and actually some of the people around here might know Doug Church. He's a founder from Freedom Bank, which has turned into Eagle Bank. And I'm sorry, it's Virginia Heritage.
Virginia Heritage. He was with Virginia Heritage.
Yeah,
and
he
now
was the founder.
Now he's with Eagle.
Now they got bought out.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he's retired happily, but he is also the chairman of the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
And he started taking my class. He was walking on a cane, had been for about a year, felt like he was just never going to get rid of the cane after some injuries, and started taking my class. And within about 3 classes, he told me he had a massive breakthrough with his balance and needing the cane less and less. And probably about halfway through the session, he was walking without the cane, and now he's standing on one foot, and it's pretty impressive.
Now, you've had some community involvement, is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, one of my proudest moments is I was involved with Fairfax County, the onset of a program for the Burke West Springfield area. They did not have a physical senior center, so they were creating the Burke West Springfield Senior Center without walls. And I was the founding Tai Chi instructor, and I still do teach for them. I volunteer for them, and I promoted one of my senior students into instructor. So she's been teaching for a while, but that was phenomenal. And I'm still working with the county for the senior centers, and I've shown up at Rotary and given some demonstrations. And
there you go.
Yeah.
Now, this is a business for you, right?
It is. It is.
So tell us a little bit about how do you go about spreading the word, and how do people find out about Tai Chi and making contact with you?
Pretty much people can find me on the website, which is justbreathetaichi.com. It's pretty much how my main source of marketing, other than showing up at Rotary and doing demonstrations. But I think a lot of people are using the internet to search and just trying to find someplace in your area. So the classes that I currently have are out in the Burke Springfield area. And other than that, just kind of getting out and talking to people, letting them know about the classes. I think.
So what's on the horizon for you on this video, or?
I have actually done a couple videos. They're on my website of some of the forms, so you can get an idea of what this Tai Chi stuff looks like if you go to the website.
Excellent.
And yeah, just more of it. Trying to teach some more classes in some different locations.
Just breathe.
Just breathe.
I love it. And thanks so much for stopping by. I'm at least semi-literate about what Tai Chi is about.
We'll just get you in my class, and then you'll know more the next time.
There you go. And if you're interested in finding out more about our class, go to the website and take a look. Thanks for stopping by for this month's edition of the Arnette Report. And so look for a future time when we're going to get Simon back in here and get a chance to update on what's going on at Karen's Florist. Thanks for stopping by.